So the next definition is that of an elementary class. So suppose K is some class. I believe we use the word class rather than set in case this thing is, in some sense, too big to be a set, or not well behaved enough to be a set, but we could still call it a class. In any case, not an important distinction for us. If we have a class of structures, a whole family, collection, whatever you want to call it, of structures, we call it an elementary class if there is some theory such that every one of them, every single thing in the class, satisfies that theory. And vice versa, right? So if the class is the set of all things that satisfy that theory. So everything that satisfies it is in the class, and everything in the class satisfies it, right? Both ways. That's an elementary class. It has exactly the things that satisfy the theory. Let's think of a few somewhat, easy things to say to get familiar with this concept. One thing that we could say is that if we grab any arbitrary structure M and take the set of all things that are equivalent, elementarily equivalent to it, then this is also equal to the theory of the structure M, the set of all sentences this is not equal to it, but the elementary class of it is the theory of M. So that should be somewhat easy to understand and convince yourself of. It's not the typical way that we develop our structures and sentences, but it is at least a little exercise in using these concepts. So the more typical thing that we do is we start with a class of structures. This could be, say, the structures that are in some sense arithmetic. They have the natural numbers and plus and times and possibly other operations, maybe less than or other sorts of structures. So we take a class of structures, and we would like to find some sentences that describe them, capture them in some sense. So for instance, you could write down a first-order logic sentence expressing that if we're dealing with natural numbers with a less than symbol, nothing is less than 0. You could write a formal sentence in the object language that is like that. And if we collect together as a somewhat minimal set of sentences like that, we call the set a set of axioms. So we will continue with more definitions later.